Hello fellow Sudokans, welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian's Sudoku puzzle. It's, what is it, Monday the 25th of September 2023. I hope you're doing okay. I will be playing the beginner level, it's called easy level game of Sudoku, so I will explain the rules. But I won't be spending too much time on this game, to be honest with you, because I've got stuff to be done. So there will be if you get to the end of the video, there will be a playlist of easy games, right, that you can click on and go to find a whole bunch of easy level games. So if you're new to Sudoku or you just like playing the easy level games, you can click on that at the end and find lots of others with more instructions than probably I'm going to offer today. Alright, what is going on in the world? I see the Writers Guild seems to have reached tentative agreement. Has to be voted on yet, though. The members have to decide yay or nay, but it's good news. Seems like good news for the writers in the US. Right, let's get on with the game. So how do we play the game of Sudoku? There are 9 squares in every row across. There are 9 squares in every column down. And there are 9 squares in each of these small 3x3 grids. These small blocks here that you can see outlined in black. Now the object of the game is to place numbers 1 to 9 in each of the rows, the columns and the blocks. So because there are only 9 squares in each row, each number can appear once only, and 9 squares in this column, each number can appear once only. So the lowest number is 1 and the highest number is 9. I'm just going to have a mouthful of coffee. Bear with me for a moment. Just to prove that I'm human and not an artificial intelligence thingy-bob. So how do we go about finding these numbers? Alright, so look, in this block of 3x3 here, remember we need all the numbers 1 to 9. We have 3, 7 and 9. We don't have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 or 8. And we can certainly find the 2s. Now how do we know that where the 2 goes? Well, what we do is we look at the surrounding 2s. We see a 2 in this column here, and that means that neither of these 2 squares can be 2. We see a 2 in this column which blocks down here, which means that neither of these 2 squares can be 2. And then we see a 2 in this row blocking across here, so that means that all of these blue squares are banned. There's obviously a 3 already here, and that means the 2 must go in that square. And this is how we finish the game. We use logic to look around the board and find similar things to what I've just showed you. More coffee, hold on. Now actually, we can do a little something with the 2s again, because we have 2 blocking across here, meaning this square can't be 2, right? We have 2 blocking across here, and 2 blocking across here, and 2 blocking across here. So if we look at this column here, we're not allowed 2 in this square because of this 2. We're not allowed 2 in this square because of this. Likewise here and down here. So there is only one square in this column that's unaffected by a horizontal 2 in the same row, and it's going to be there. So we know that the 2 must fit into that square there. If you're thinking I'm not my jovial self this morning, you're probably right. I'm not quite my jovial self, but life goes on. So, life and Sudoku go on, of course. Oh, I seem to be missing stuff. I'm not really seeing anything. Now, on an easy level game, that's unusual. Normally we spot things very quickly, but I'm not spotting very much yet. So I'm just going to take an opportunity to whiz through the digits and find something to tell you. For example, this 3 blocking across here like this, and this 3 blocking all the way across here, and this 3 blocking all the way down here. So in this block over here, which doesn't yet have a 3, we can see that the 3 must be in that square. Okay, this 5 blocks this square, this 5 blocks both of these squares. Remember, the number can appear once only in its block, so no 5s are allowed in any of these blue squares because we already have 5 here, right? And obviously 5 blocking down this column here, and 5 blocking down this column here. So if you look at the bottom row, again, there's only one square which is unaffected by these 3 5s, so it's there. Right, now this is how we kind of look forward a little bit. So we see the 7 blocking across here, right? And we see the 7 blocking down here. So that gives us 2 squares here where the 7 could be. Now, do we know which square it's in? We look up here, we see anything else? No. In fact, we don't. But we do know that 7 has to be in one of those 2 squares. It can't be anywhere else. So we're going to just hold on for a moment. So now I know that 7 is either here or here. So if 7 appears in this square, it's going to block across here. And if 7 appears in this square, it's still going to block across here like this. So this square over here is not allowed as a 7. Actually, I could have just used a 7 down here, but I didn't see it. And this 7 blocks across here like it. But I wanted to show you anyway that you can see that if you have numbers in a row like this, it blocks across there. Even if we don't know what the number is, we can project it. And then the 7 will appear there. So now we have 7s going up here, and this is going to be a 7. And we can have 7 blocking across like so, and up here, and that gives me a 7 in that square. Right, now we have already put in some digits since the last time I started with 1, so I'm going to go around and start again. We know, see, for example, now we know, oh no, I think we knew already 1 was in those squares. Yeah, I think we did know that. 1 is going to be either this square or this square, and then it's going to be that square or that square. So that's some information that we have about 1, even if we can't place 1 just yet. How about our 2s? No, we know that 2s are in those squares remaining, and this is not possible to say which is which at the moment. But this is better because now we have 3 up here and 3 across here and 3 up here, so we know that the 3 must be in that square. Okay, so how about this? We have 4 and 5 in this column blocking all the way to the top here, right? So we know that these 2 squares here must contain 4 and 5. Why? Because 4 and 5 are blocked from these 2 squares, right? We don't have 4 or 5 in this block yet. We can't allow them because we have 4 and 5 down here. So we know that these 2 squares must contain 4 and 5. Which is which? I don't know. But that's not important. We do know that they can't be anything else because there are only 4 squares here, and 4 and 5 blocking these 2 squares means that 4 and 5 must be in these 2 squares. That means that these remaining squares cannot be 4 or 5, and there are only 2 numbers left. The 2 missing numbers are 3 and 9. This is 4 and 5, this is 3 and 9. Now hopefully you've seen the 3 over here blocking across, and so we know that 3 is in that square and 9 is in that square there. Now in this column down here we have 2 empty squares, so only 2 numbers are missing. The missing numbers are 1 and 6 from this column, and I hope you've seen the 6 blocking this square, so we know now that the 6 is in that square, and the 1 will finish the column here. We also have 6 up here blocking down, so that's going to give us 6 in that square. And now we just need a 9. We've got everything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 will finish there. Now we can take that 9, block it up here, and 9 blocking across here, and that will give us 9 there. By the way, if this is starting to look a bit quick, don't worry, just go back, watch it again. Slow it down, whatever. You have the technology. 9's blocking like this. We get 9 in this square, but I've explained the rules, so I think you should understand the logic by now. 9's blocking up there will give me a 9 in this square here. Right. Okay. Now I know we can get this digit here because we have two numbers missing from this column, and then there are 3 numbers missing from this block. So if you think about it, once I work out what these 2 digits are, even if I can't place them, I'm sure to be able to get this one, right? So let's look at this column and see what's missing. We don't have a 1 and we don't have a 4, so these 2 squares must be 1 and 4. Now can we say which is which? No, in fact we can't say which is which, but we do know we have 1 and 4 here. So 1, 2, there's no 3 in this block yet. We've got everything else. 1 and 4 here, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is a 3. Now you might have seen that 3 by saying 3 blocks up there, and therefore 3 is in that square, which is fine. It's just another way of saying the same thing. But the 3 empty squares and the pattern caught my eye as the place to look next. That's why I went there. Actually didn't need that 3. 3 blocking down here will give us 3 down. Now actually we've finished digit 3. We have 3's in every row, every column, and every block. So there's no more 3's to be had. Where are we now? Okay, we have 5 blocking across this row. I'm sorry if I sounded like I'm sighing there, like I'm bored. I'm not bored, I'm just... I'm not bored. 5's in that square there. 5 blocks up here, 5 blocks down here. That's going to put 5 in that square. Now there's only 1 number missing from here, which is 4. So put the 4 there. Then we have 4 blocking up here and 4 blocking across here, which will put 4 in that square. Now as for the 5's, there's a little bit more we can do. 5 back this way, 5 up here. Here is our 5, and then 5 blocking up here, and across here. There's our 5, and then 5 blocking here means that that is 5. That's the last digit 5, and then we've got 4 here. 4 blocks across here, and 4 blocks up here. That puts 4 into that square there. Then you can see the surrounding 4's like this, giving us 4 in that square there. We also have 4 blocking across here, which means that this will be 4, and now we have 4 blocking across here. That means 4's are now finished. If you notice that we have 4's in every block. The missing number here, of course, is 1. We said that before, although you've probably forgotten, or if you're like me, you've forgotten. We have 1 blocking across here. What does it mean? It means 1 is either in this square or in this square. We don't know which one, but it's going to block all the way down to the bottom here, right, like that. And then we have 1 across here, so that we know that that is in fact our 1. Now this 1 blocks up here, and that gives us a 1 in that square. This row has just 1 empty square, and it needs to be filled with, I don't know. If you're new to the channel, the reason I don't know is because I'm playing this game live. I don't work out anything ahead of time. And sometimes it takes me a while to see what's missing, and like now I can't see what's missing. What on earth is going on? What am I missing? 8. I'm missing 8. Okay. And we also have 8 blocking across here, which gives us an 8 in that square. And the last number to place here is a 6. Now in this column, we just have, there's plenty of spaces with just one number missing, so we've got to take them all. Don't worry, we'll get to the one you want in a minute. This missing digit is going to be a 9. There's one empty square over here. That is space for a 6. And there's one empty square down here, and that is space for a 1. And now there's one empty square in this row or this block, and that's going to be a 7. And the 7 blocks down here give me the 7 here, which means there's now one empty square in this block, which is 2. And now in this column there's one empty square for a 1, and 1 blocks across here and up there, giving us 1 in that square there. 8 blocks across here, that gives me an 8 in this square. 8 blocking here and 8 blocking there means that that's our 8. Or you could have just looked along there and found the missing number. You will get the same thing. Missing number here is 6, I think. And we still need a 6 to finish this block here, so we'll put that in. And we have a 6 blocking all the way to the bottom, so there goes the 6. Up here we're looking for a 2. We have just 2 empty squares. The missing squares are 8 and 9, so we have 8 blocking across here, so that will be our 8. And here's our 9. Like I said, there's going to be a playlist right now on the screen, or in a second, that gives you a lot of easy level games that you can practice and play if you're a beginner. Thank you very much. Bye bye.